guys, welcome back to my channel. I thought I would use some things that have been in my collection a while or things that are my tried and true favorites. So let's just dive right in. I already have my brows done with my e.l.f. pencil and my lids are primed with some concealer and my Milani eye primer. So let's dive right in. First, I am going to use this ColourPop Cream Gel Liner in the shade Overboard. I ordered a new one because if you saw my Christmas Eve glam video, you know that the little pencil just slid right out of the component. So I'm going to take this and I'm just going to kind of apply this messily all over my lid. It does not have to be perfect whatsoever. And I'm just taking a little shader brush and blending this out. And I am pulling it out just a little bit on the outer corner to create just a little wing. Then I'm going to do the exact same thing on the other side. Okay, now that I have that applied, I'm just going to take the exact same brush and I'm going to use the ColourPop Zodiac palette by Kathleen Lights. And I'm going to dip into the Taurus, and I'm going to apply this all over the lid. And buffing it up to create a gradient, not being super careful, just kind of throwing it down. Then I'm going to take a bigger brush, this is a Farrah 35E, and I'm going to run it around the edges of that shadow. This is just a clean brush. I'm going to take a smaller blending brush. This is a ColourPop. This is a ColourPop E19. And I'm going to dip into the Virgo. And I'm going to put this right along my lash line and kind of wing it out on the outer portion. And then when there's less product on the brush, I'm going to kind of very gently pull it into my crease, ever so slightly. I keep going back and forth between eyes, slowly building. I'm putting the most pigment on this outer portion here and then kind of blending it inward because I want it to be the darkest out here. And blending it in because I want it to be really smoky on that outer corner. I'm going to clean the edges up when we get to the complexion, which is right now because this is all I'm doing with my lids besides a inner corner highlight. So, I am going to use my Healthy Foundation by Physicians Formula. I finally got an appropriate shade for winter. This is Fair N3. And I'm just gonna apply this all over my face. I am starting with this amount, and if I need more, I will add more. But I like to start with light layers to prevent any cakiness. I am using my e.l.f. sponge. I don't exactly remember what it's called, but I got it at Walmart. I think it's like $5 or $6, but it's amazing. It's one of my favorite sponges. I am going to use my NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer. The texture of this is just so beautiful. It's kind of moussey. I'm gonna clean up the edge. I'm not being super precise because I want it to be really smoky. What are some of your favorite shows on Netflix? What are you guys watching? I'm watching The Witcher, and it's actually really good. I've really been enjoying it. I'm actually watching it over because I'm finding there's a lot of stuff that I missed, and I want to catch it all to better understand the storyline. It's kind of confusing at first, but once I got to the end of the season, all the dots started connecting and clicking in my head. And it just made so much more sense the further along I got. At first I was like, this doesn't make any sense, I don't know how I feel about this, but by the end I felt like I had a good grasp of what was going on. What have you guys been watching? I tried to get into the show You, but it's a little too creepy for me, so I couldn't keep watching it. Okay, for my lower lash line, I'm going to go back into that same eyeliner. And I'm putting this all along my lash line, all the way across. And I'm going to take that same brush and really smudge it out. And that would be it for the lower lash line. Not super complicated, very, very simple. For bronzer, I mean, it's pretty much the same in almost every single video. This is the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer. Love this. It's amazing. Gonna use it today, yeah. I'm going to use my ColourPop F13 brush. And I'm not really bringing this down to chisel. I'm just keeping it along the perimeter of my face. And bringing the extra on the brush down around my jaw and slightly on my neck. And then I take the edges and run it along the sides of my nose and right underneath. I am going to put on some highlighter. I'm going to use this, an Ofra highlighter. This is the shade Rodeo Drive. It's in weird packaging because I got it in an Ipsy bag. And I'm actually going to take like a little dense round brush. And this is the ColourPop F20, and I'm gonna swirl it in there and apply this. And I initially swiped it on, and now I'm taking and buffing in little circles. I'm bringing it down on the apples of my cheeks and just a touch above my brows and my nose and on my chin. I don't know why, but I've been really liking using bigger, denser brushes for highlight. I'm going to use, this is a Pixie blush in the shade Beach Rose. I don't think I've ever used this on my channel, but I've had it since the beginning of last year, and I just keep forgetting about it. I'm gonna pull it out and use it today. I really like this shade. It just warms my face up beautifully while still making it look like a flush. I'm just taking my sponge and patting around my blush and bronzer to make it a little more cohesive. I am going to use this really tiny brush. This is a ColourPop F20, and I have been loving this for my inner corner highlight. I'm just going to dip into the Ofra highlighter and popping this right in my inner corner. Then I'm going to put it right on the inner portion of my lower lash line, just to brighten it up. And then I'm going to take the Cancer shade here ever so slightly and just kind of barely dust it on my brow bone. I'm going to go pop on some mascara and I'll be right back. Mascara's on. I put on 2 coats of my Telescopic mascara by L'Oreal. This is the shade Carbon Black. And I got a little bit of mascara on my under eye, but I'm going to wait for that to dry and then I will buff that off real quick. I'm going to go back and check on my brows, clean them up a little bit. I cannot believe that it's already 2020. It feels like it just turned 2019. Does anybody else feel like that? I guess that's what happens as you get older. It just goes by so much faster. For lips, I am going to go pretty bold. I know I have kind of a smoky eye on, but I just really wanted to have a really vampy lip. So I'm going to line my lips with this Milani pencil. This is the Color Statement lip liner in the shade 8 Fuchsia. I went ahead and filled my lips in 2. I don't know if I mentioned I was going to do that, but I did. For the lipstick, I am going to actually use a liquid lipstick. I know, I don't use them very often, but this color, I just really wanted to. This is the Flower Beauty. This is the Miracle Matte Lip in the shade Merlot Kiss. And with this, I have to be very, very careful because if I put too much on, it's just a clumpy, dry mess. So I have to scrape the wand off and put very thin coats on at a time. Got that all done, and now I'm going to just take the same eyeshadow brush that we were using earlier, and I'm going to clean up those the mascara marks. You guys made any New Year's resolutions? I don't really make a resolution. I just try to tell myself to be, actually yes I did. Every single year my resolution is to stop procrastinating, but it's my resolution every single year, so obviously it doesn't ever happen. I mean, it does for the first couple months, and then by the end of the year I just procrastination queen over here. I'm gonna sharpen up this edge because it got a little wonky. Now that I have the that really bold lip on, I am going to add just a hint, a whisper more blush because it's kind of drowning my face out. It's like washing it out. So I just need to add a hint more. Going to set my makeup now. I'm going to use the ColourPop Pretty Fresh Hyaluronic Setting Spray. Oh, hold on, pause. Do any of you have this? And if so, does the front of the nozzle keep getting clogged? Because mine does, and it will just spit out a stream. Anyway, here we go. Going to press this in now that it's mostly dry. Yeah, I really like the spray, and the mist is really fine on that, but it keeps happening. I have to like scrape it with a little rag or my fingernail and get all the gunk off, and then it works just like normal. Now I'm going to put some brow gel on. This is the e.l.f. Wow Brow. I keep wanting to call it Brow Boss Gel, but that's the ColourPop one, I think. Oh, whatever. It's the e.l.f. Brow Gel. This is the shade Light Brown, I think, or Neutral Brown, one of those two. Comb through the brows, and then I'm going to go back over them and kind of fluff them up. Yes, we're done. Wow, that went by super fast. Okay, this is the completed look. I hope you guys enjoyed it. It's kind of given me fall vibes, and I did not intend for it to go that way. This is just where I ended up. If you guys enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe and ring the bell so you'll be notified every single time I upload a video for you guys. Hope you guys have a wonderful new year, and I hope your New Year's resolutions all come true. And I will see you in my next one. Bye! Mwah. And then I'm going to take a bigger brush, like that, and I'm going to clean the